You're watching Weekendale, and it's time to meet our next guest. Let's get to welcome Musa Haruna Mamza. He's the national president of the Association of Mobile Phones and Products Traders of Nigeria. Great to have you join us on Weekendale.
Thank you for having me. Good morning, Nigerians.
Okay, great to have you. We've just been listening to our youths. You know, they've not been perhaps in the classroom for quite a bit, and many of them found different things to do to occupy themselves, you know, at this time. But I know that there's something that you can shed more light on, talking about mobile telephones, products. Perhaps some training can be made available for our youths.
Thank you for this question. Actually, the mobile industry has grown bigger from what it started in 2002 in Nigeria. From that time to now, it has really grown bigger and more youths are engaged, because currently we have a lot of members in this industry, and the age group is between 18 and 35 years old. So we are doing great and we are pushing. The essence of this association actually is to unite all able-bodied youths in Nigeria dealing on mobile phones and accessories. For instance, cell phones, accessories, repairs for technicians, SIM cards, and even laptops. And more youths are being engaged, and we want to see how to really chart ways through which we will make them to be more meaningful in production.
As we're talking at this time, Nigerians are watching us, and I'm sure there are many people who are interested in knowing, how can I be a part of this? I like what I hear, and I think I can occupy myself with this. How can they access this very vibrant system?
Yes, it is an open market. Just like I said, that we started from nowhere and we've gotten to somewhere in this industry. Actually, it's a business that someone can decide to join. Once he has the funding and the proper location, he can coast well. Like you know, mobile phones are not manufactured in Nigeria, rather it is being imported. So most of the manufacturing companies actually charted a tree for distribution. For instance, we have the dealers, we have sub-dealers, we have retailers, and down to end users. So if a person wants to join, he can join any of the group based on his capacity and based on his preparedness. What we try to do is actually to see how to bring a better relationship between our members and the manufacturers. And we are doing that very seriously now.
Then, I mean, there's a kind of network, and it's coordinated.
Yes.
But you said something just a minute ago. You said once somebody has some money and then has a small roof or something they can take off. How do you create checks and balances? How do you know what somebody is doing? Because just like life, like what you've just said, if the telephone, if the mobile phone manufacturers have any issue, they know where to go. But if I have any issue with someone who I asked to work on my phone, when I get it back, some parts are not there, or what he said he fixed doesn't work after like a few hours, what do I do? Where do I go to?
Actually, the whole country is littered with cluster markets of mobile phones. And ab initio, from the beginning, if a customer has problem with his phone, he doesn't know where to take it to, except the trader. And the seller doesn't even know where to take it. So in that regard, we made it mandatory that all manufacturing companies should establish care centers. And I can assure you now, in all the 36 states, we have care centers whereby if you buy a particular phone and it develops problem, either by you or naturally, it will be taken to the care center to be fixed. If the problem is caused by you, you pay for the fixing. If it is not by you, it will be fixed for free. Sometimes the care center even for free to the customers because it is not their problem, so long as it is within the warranty.
I know that many youths who are listening to us want to latch in on this opportunity so that they can not only keep themselves busy, they can earn some form of income. Let's talk about capital, something we call seed capital. We call it funding. You know, when you want to take off, little matter how small your business may be, you may need some little resource to establish, put something, maybe buy some equipment, a few seats. Many times, over and over again, people talk about inability to access funding of any sort. How are you and your association making resource available for those who may need it?
Thank you. Concerning resources, in fact, phone business is capital intensive. Of course, for those of us who are already in the business, do have their capitals. But you would want to graduate from one stage to the other. Now, what our association is most concerned with is we don't want the number of jobs already created to be lost. And that is where the issue of this COVID-19 came in. A lot of our members had their capital almost diminished. And so I've been jumping from one bank to the other, trying to look for soft loans for our members so that they can be empowered. The traders who have less capital, who feels they need the loans, were able to access it across the 36 states of the Federation. A lot of our members have accessed these loans, and it is actually helping them. Now, last week, I was at the NASA head office to see how we can partner and see explore avenues through which our members can also access the national microfinance loans.
Education is a bedrock for any society that aspires, especially in building youths who will become leaders, not just for tomorrow. Some say the leadership qualities must be exhibited today. Some are talking about skills acquisition centers being provided in tertiary institutions, even going as low as primary and secondary educations. Were that to happen, where do you think your association can carve a niche for itself?
Already we're into that. We've partnered with some NGOs, like the STEM ICT program, which is floated by Dr. Wumi. By that program, a lot of youths are being trained. Currently, she is trying to extend it to Kano. She has done it in Abuja in partnership with us. She has done it in Lagos, and now she's going to Kano. What does she do in that regard? What she does is she tries to train our members who are, basically technicians, to learn how to produce the PCB, all right, and then the motherboard for mobile phones, all right, and to see how to also produce chargers. She has extended it to solar panels. To produce
chargers in Nigeria?
Yes.
Imagine making a charger in Nigeria. That would be great, wouldn't it?
It is.
For any business to thrive and then to succeed and to carry all Nigerians along, you need to have a good synergy with the federal government. How would you say you are aligning with the policies and plans so that your association can stand?
Definitely, we are very appreciative of what the federal government is doing concerning digital economy. If you can recall, it was during this administration that we had the Ministry of Communication converted to Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy. I will quite appreciate the Minister of Communication for what he's doing in that direction. And we, as traders of mobile phones, want to see ways through which we can support the government. And that is why we are always concerned about ensuring that the market is protected so that we'll be able to do our business well and see ways through which we can partner with the government. For instance, now, this issue of youth empowerment, we need our members to be carried along such that they too will be happy and see that they are being carried along to make the industry much bigger. We have issues of rent, which is going on. Once you pay rent, the next year you will see that the landlords increase rent. But to us, it's a serious concern. We want the state government and the federal government to see how they can give us land for mobile phone market or ICT centers to be built across the country. It is very important, and that is why, of recent, the Lagos State government is trying to relocate the Ikeja Computer Village to Gatankuwa Market, which is going to be one of the biggest ICT hub in the country. And we want that
on the continent.
In the continent, if not so. So we want that to be replicated in other states. One is ongoing now in Kano, where 4,000 units of shops are being built, but I think the developer is saying 1,500 shops will be made available for phone traders. And what I try to do in that direction is to see how we can partner with some banks in order to pay the shop for off-takers outrightly, and then the amount spread
over time.
And it's working.
Good thing. They say that it's from dreams that we now have reality, and you're working very hard to make this a reality nationwide.
Yes.
We wish you every success with that. Recently, we had some protests that began peacefully all over the nation, and later it wasn't so peaceful. #EndSARS. I want to ask you, did it have any impact on your members in terms of their shops and their phones?
Yes, indeed.
And then tell us again, you know, the youths we are saying are the leaders of tomorrow. Wouldn't we require them to live with some semblance of peace, love, and unity for Nigeria to forge ahead?
Yes, indeed. The EndSARS protest has affected most of our members negatively. For instance, the chairman of Osun State has his shop vandalized by the hoodlums. From the beginning, the EndSARS protest was having meanings by requesting that the federal government should ban SARS. But gradually, as time goes on, we saw that hoodlums infiltrated and started, doing all sorts of things. For me, I would like to advise our youths not to only take laws into their hands. There are channels through which you can channel your grievances to the federal government. And I believe this government is doing well by listening to the people. And that is why His Excellency, the President of Nigeria, Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, immediately gave instruction to the IG to ban SARS. And if you watch his speech, he said he has heard the youth loud and clear. And I'm sure he's going to do something to really listen to their plight. For us, we are also looking at ways through which we can ensure that more jobs are created in the mobile phone industries. So we are partners in progress with the federal government, and I want the government to see us as partners as well, especially in youth empowerment and youth employment.
Thank you very much, Musa Haruna Mamza. He's the national president of the Association of Mobile Phones and Allied Products Traders of Nigeria. It's been great having you with us.
Thank you.
You are watching Weekend Deal. A break beckons. Stay with us. The show continues. Don't go anywhere.